Hi, my name is Alexa, and today we're going to be talking about the Spanish-American War. Well, people were part of the large newspaper war, and it was done in the New York City during the 1890s. Two people were yellow papers and developed an extended style of reporting. Then after their stories were done, their stories was out in the world.
In 1895, the Cubans rebelled again. The second fight for independence was led by Jose Marti, who was a poet, a journalist, and a statesman. Jose was forced to leave Cuba because of his revolutionary activities, which led him to living in America from 1881 to 1895. He then still inspired his Cubans with calls of liberty. He once said, "Like bones to the human body, so is liberty the essence of life. Whatever is done without it is imperfect." Jose sailed back to Cuba to lead the revolt in 1895, but was soon killed in combat.
The Cuban rebel engaged in guerrilla warfare, launched surprise attacks against the Spanish forces. In 1896, Spain had a new commander, General Belgrano Weyler, to eliminate the support for the rebels. As a start, Weyler forced thousands of Cubans into concentration camps. These camps were overcrowded, unsanitary, and small prisons that had little food or shelter. This caused thousands of deaths.
In the letter, De Leon called President McKinley weak and catering to the rebel and besides a low politician. The publishing of this letter intensified anti-Spanish feelings in the U.S. and underscored the power of the press to inflame public opinion. Not long after the De Leon affair, a much more alarming incident occurred, the sinking of battleship USS Maine in Havana Harbor. Newspaper around the country responded with calls for rebellion. An official Navy investigation began immediately, but the Journal and other newspapers immediately blamed Spain. Across the country, Remember the Maine became a rallying cry for war. Under great public pressure, McKinley asked Congress to declare war on Spain. On April 25, Congress formally declared war on Spain.
The first battle with Spain was in the Philippines. The Philippines was Spain's largest colony. Leading Spain's resistance was Emilio Aguinaldo. On May 1, Commodore George Dewey's squadron steamed to Manila Bay and opened fire on the Spanish fleet. Taken completely by surprise, the Spanish fleet was completely destroyed. Though fighting in Spain was still going, near July, reinforcements came to the Philippines. Philippines were a combined force of Americans and Filipinos.
The battle in Cuba also began where Santiago was. The American Navy set up a blockade to trap him on the north coast of Cuba. Somehow, Santiago had slipped through and various forces were sent after him. The war ended soon when the Americans destroyed the squadron as they tried while he tried to leave, which led to Santiago's surrender. We then took over Puerto Rico with nothing else for Spain to do. Spain agreed to a peace treaty.
With the victory in the Spanish-American War, the United States emerged as a new world power. The war ended August 12, 1898, with signing Peace of Paris. On December 10th, the United States signed a Treaty of Paris. Spanish agreed that three main points. First, it granted independence to Cuba. Second, it seceded Puerto Rico and the Pacific Islands of Guam to the United States. And third, it seceded the Philippines to the United States, exchanged for a payment of $2 million. While some Americans supported creating an American empire, others were strongly opposed. Cuba also made an issue in American foreign policy.